Hey, what's up, guys? Welcome back to Defi, Degens, Drip, and Farm for Poverty, where on this channel our vision is to empower the impoverished by helping you find financial freedom. You know the spiel. Hit the subscribe, turn on notifications, blah blah blah. All right, guys, jumping right into it. This was a article written by another fellow dripper out there. I encourage you to read it. I'll leave it the description. I'll leave the link in the description, but basically, it goes into basically what the trends and the market cycle is for crypto, and specifically tying it more so to drip. So all markets have an ebb and flow. They have a pump cycle, and then you have a correction. And in crypto, we know that those corrections are extremely volatile. So with high risk comes high reward, or with extreme upside volatility comes extreme downside volatility. So you can't expect to make a 10x on your money and then not have that, correct on the downside, because it is oversold at that stage, overbought at that stage. So it has to come back and correct. So he goes into this guy, Hydro goes into some really good analysis on why technical analysis doesn't work for drip. And he talks about some of the traditional technical analysis and how they are from the traditional market cycles, but using them in drip, they don't really hold any weight. So says it's not designed for that. It's designed for traditional trading, and drip in and of itself is not a coin that you trade. So that right there invalidates it. So all the TA that we're used to, and I've said this on my channel before in other videos, you can draw these lines and whatnot and try to replace levels of resistance and support. But since the coin is not actively traded and most of it is staked, it doesn't follow that narrative. And since that's not the case, then all you can do is instead look at the community and the developments and all the upcoming events to help you understand the market cycle. And this chart is a really good breakdown of that market cycle. So it doesn't go show what happened prior to October, but you can see on the other charts when we did have that up, I've showed on other videos, that drip just kind of traded sideways in this range from like $5 to $10. And then you see anytime there's an announcement, there's this hype, right? So there's a buy up because people buy the news, buy the rumor, sell the news. So it's like, all right, we're going to be launching the Manor Farm and the white paper and all this, tell your friends about it, blah, blah, blah. So this is when we get this immediate buy the rumor because we know it's coming, and then the sell off. And then during this phase is when additional pre-sales were launched and some promos and stuff were done in late October all the way through mid-December. And then this is where Forex started doing AMAs, and that's where you can see a lot of his AMAs on the different YouTube channels, like 2 hour, 3 hour, 4 hours. So he constantly was putting himself out there and sharing information. Well, what does that do? That again, buy the rumors. So it's people watching his AMAs, jumping in. We saw this already with the one from my friend Andy. He got in and a bunch of people followed him, and then the pancake swap bunny came out. We had a big pump there. So you can see these cycles. So hopefully you start to see a pattern. So the same thing happened here. A lot of people bought in, and then whenever it goes up, what do? Well, they sell. And the drip liberation contract and the pancake swap liquidity was added here. And then, so for all these people that got in here or that were sitting sideways, they sold off. The minute it got to a much higher, like $70 range, and it was sitting down around 20, they were 3x on profit. So they sold off. And then Forex starts doing more AMAs, launches the Rev, the Manor Farm basically. Starts talking about Manor Farm and the Rev token and all that stuff. And it starts to pump again once the Manor Farm launch, because whenever it starts to pump, people take their profits as it pumps and put it into the new contract or application or whatever came out. So same thing happened here whenever they were talking about drip liberation contract being created, the sword and shield protocol, basically the drip BUSD. They took profits on drip, put it into that, so it tanks. Then you have, okay, the Manor Farm's coming out. We're going to take profits on Manor Farm. We put it in when the Manor Farm launches, put it in there, and it tanks again. So then you have the talk of the animal farm migration. So remember, Manor Farm was just 2 weeks to build liquidity for the upcoming animal farm, and it did just that. So he had more AMAs that he was doing around here as well. Spoke about the animal farm migration and how it was going to be done, and then it just went through the freaking roof. And then people, once it became this is just taking profits here, so it just pumped so much that it was just inevitable. Um, all the people got in here. That's where we had like almost 30,000 new members joined in January. And then naturally, again, once the crypto or any kind of asset pumps enough, again, even if you got here at the high at 90, you already 2x'd. It almost got to 180. On some charts it did. So naturally, people take money. And we knew the animal farm launch was coming up, so they started taking profits, put in the animal farm. And then all of this happened because the animal farm was not as successful as it could have been. It had some delays. Then we had the piggy bank, which was put in around here somewhere. And that had, I guess it was actually here, March 14th, about 2 weeks ago. That had issues with the botting and all that. So it just caused now the token to continue to drop. It's sitting around the high 30s now. But the point I'm getting at in this chart is that anytime there's a new project coming out, people take profits on it. So that's what we're in right now. So you have the taking profits and the piggy bank being paused and the whole farm being paused. When that launches, hopefully we'll see another draw up, but we'll probably see some more downside action first. Then we'll see another draw up because it's actually launched, right? And then you'll have the lottery tickets that'll be coming shortly, so that should help pump things back up. And then we don't know what will be done there, but after that, we know that there'll be more like AMAs and marketing. So putting all those things together after this big correction, just similar to this one, similar to this one, similar to this one that was here, we should start to see a reversal. How high will that reversal go? I don't know. There's no guarantee that it'll get back up to here. There's no guarantee that this won't go down to the 20s. But you do see the trend with the announcement of projects and the partnerships and all that stuff. So we do know, like I mentioned in other videos, there are other partnerships, collaborations, bullish news coming. So you see all these buy the rumor, sell the news events. So if you want to time your investment as well, then you can look at this, these trends for that kind of analysis versus trying to use TA, traditional TA, because again, DRIP, as highlighted in this article, is not a crypto that is traded. So he goes into much more detailed information on each one of these, so it can help you understand it better. But the long and short is that you need to instead listen to Forex, follow the telegrams, look at the kind of roadmap that's been hinted at in multiple AMAs, and then formulate your own hypothesis on that. But if you're in it for the long haul, then you don't have anything to worry about. Just continue dollar cost averaging in and hold your drip until you're ready to start cashing out. And something else I wanted to point out from another one real quick was this other guy wrote an article. Where is he? Nicholas Martinson. So his first article was like a month ago. Can't remember, but he was kind of, not gonna say bashing drip, but he had some concerns and talked about some red flags and all this that he goes into. And what's really cool to see, and this is what I mentioned about doing your own research. So a month later, he writes this article, March 13th, that basically says it's worth another look, and he actually ends up getting answers to his red flags. And at the end of the article, he doesn't say that this is like 100% bullish, but that he has decided that it is worth investing in. So he's like, am I 100% sold? No. Does this mean I won't invest? Also no. So he's watching it and will be looking at getting in at some stage. But the point of this article for me is that a lot of people, when they first get turned on to drip, are in this case here with lots of red flags and uncertainty, looking at the chart. You hear the MLM, pyramid scheme, all these things come out. And it's not until you dig in where you start to understand it. I believe that is holding a lot of people back. I've tried to explain this to some people. I see even other YouTubers originally bash the project and then get bullish on it. So there definitely needs to be some more clarity. The white paper cleaned up can help. The new UI can help. But what I think it means is that over time, as this gets cleared up and more transparent, it will be an easier decision for people to get into, especially as the roadmap continues to play itself out and the use cases get built in and Drip continues to be sustainable. That will be some bullish hope for the long-term future. So this is just another video to kind of give you guys a little bit of hopium to show that there are people out there monitoring this and writing articles on it. And then again, looking at the history of drip. So if you're in, try not to stress, try not to fudge your own bag, try to avoid the negativity from any of the others in Telegram. I know it's hard. I fall prey to this, seeing this price action. I got in at the 135 mark and it's been nothing but down. And it reminds me of my other crypto journeys, but this is the most, like I said, research I have ever done. I've made 100 videos alone on this crypto and listened to hundreds of hours of AMAs and other YouTubers and reading articles like this. So the more I read, the more I learn, the more I understand it, the more bullish I get on it. So I am confident in its long-term sustainability. So I don't, not too stressed about it. Yes, it does suck, but that's the best you can do when you get into something is educate yourself as much as possible and then avoid all the naysayers and negativity so that you don't end up panic selling and flooding your own bag, so to speak. So keep that in mind. I'll put these links in the description. So until next time, guys, lift daily and achieve your impossible. See ya.